Good morning, everybody, and welcome to our webinar. And today we are going to talk about how to access the orientation training that is on the WhatsApp bot. So this webinar is not the training itself, but this webinar will help you understand how you can access the training, and then any questions that you have, please feel free to put in the Q&A box. My colleague Jen is on the call. She will answer your questions and then put some of them to me so that I can answer towards the end of the call. So I did see that we had a hand raised. Thank you so much for raising your hand, and thank you so much for attending. Let's jump into it. So my name is Christy Swift, and I am here to talk you through phase 5 and what you can expect. I see some people again raising their hands. It's amazing. Thank you so much. Please, can you put your questions in the Q&A box, and then we will answer them for you. So in phase 5, all assistants are being asked to complete the training by the end of August. So you have just over 2 weeks left to do all the required training for phase 5. In addition to the training, you will see an SMS that's going to be sent out in the next week about a survey. So please, you're going to be asked to fill in some information about your experience in the program, about payments and contracts and things like that as well. So please keep an eye out for that. You will get a message in the next week with a link to a survey in it. Please, if you can fill in the survey, that would be great. We would love to hear from you. Please feel free to send that link in the survey on to your other assistants. We want to know what is happening in the schools on a day-to-day basis and your perspective on phase 5. So other than the training, and this webinar will tell you how to do the training. So this webinar is not the training itself. So this webinar, there's no register for the webinar. It's not mandatory, and you only have to attend it once, but you are welcome to attend it as many times as you want to. However, this is the webinar that supports you in how to access the training. In addition to that, there are going to be additional webinars. So there'll be a webinar in September, October, and November. And those webinars are about potential exit opportunities, preparing you as you go through this work experience that you're having in phase 5 with what you can do with it afterwards. So please be on the lookout. On the Teacher Connect WhatsApp bot, there's also a component of webinars, so it'll show you how to access it, and I'll show you that just now. But please have a look out for that. Would be great to have you there. We're going to have incredible speakers. We have people from business, we have ex-assistants and young entrepreneurs who are going to share their stories. On the Teacher Connect WhatsApp bot, there's also information that we normally call soft skills. So these are things that about CV building, interview tips, work readiness, conflict resolution. There's a lot of information on the Teacher Connect WhatsApp bot outside of the training. So please do go, have a look, explore, choose the different menu options, and go and see what content there is for you to support you in phase 5. I did also mention the exit opportunities on the Teacher Connect platform. So at the end of your phase, you'll be able to access a letter of participation. That's a letter that says, yes, you have participated in the BEEI phase 5 program. And to get that, you need to add your ID number when you register. So we'll talk about that a little bit now as well, how to go through the registration process, what you can do if you make a mistake, what are all the important things that you need to fill in that registration process. Then there are also FAQs. So there have been questions that assistants have asked from phase 1 all the way through now to phase 5 that we put together into a document. So you can go and have your questions answered there. If you have anything that you need to know, please go and have a look at the FAQs. But there are also people on the WhatsApp bot and on the email response who can answer your questions if it's not in the FAQs. And then finally, there's an option for you to share your story. So just like in the survey, where we're wanting you to tell us about your experience in phase 5, if you have a voice note or a written story or a video or a picture that you want to share with us, you can go and upload it there. We are very keen, very excited to hear from you. We want to know what it's like in your day-to-day in phase 5. So today we're going to go through a few things on the DBE's Teacher Connect WhatsApp bot so that you'll be able to register and complete your training. So again, this is not the training itself. This webinar is not the training. This webinar is to help you access the training that you need to do for phase 5. So we're going to look at how to register, how to change your assistant type. So maybe you thought that you were a curriculum assistant, but maybe you're a reading champion. Now you need to change. We will show you how to do that. Or maybe you've been asked to do 2 roles at your school. So you need to see how to get the training for both roles. We'll show you how to do that. We'll show you how to reset your profile. So maybe you did register already, and maybe you registered as a teacher. Maybe you registered as a learner. And what you need to register as a BEEI assistant. We'll show you how to reset your profile. So please, if you have a notepad or a pen or a piece of paper, please take notes as we go through this, because I'm sure that there are also assistants, other assistants in your school who might not be on the call today, who might also need this information, and maybe you can help them. So please, if you have a pen and paper, take a note, or if somebody has their phone, maybe they can take notes on their phone, but just have some way to capture this information so that you can remember it. Then we're also going to show you what training you need to do for your assistant type, how to find your certificate, and maybe if you need to, how to change your certificate details. So all of this is what we're going to chat to each other about today, and we've got until 12 o'clock to do that. If you do have any questions, please feel free to put them into the Q&A box. My colleague Jen is on the call, and she will be very, very happy to answer you. So there are sessions every Wednesday until the end of August. On Wednesdays at 11 till 12, we'll have a webinar like this to support you in any questions that you want answered, to support you in how to access your training, how to do the training, how to access the other content. So you're welcome to join as many of these as you would like to. They are not mandatory. You don't get a certificate for doing this webinar. This webinar is just here to support you in how to access the training. So it's every Wednesday with this link that you used today, and it's so lovely to see so many of you on the call. I'm really excited to chat to you all today. So every Wednesday at 11 o'clock, we have the same call, and we talk about the same thing every time. So every time we will talk about the same content. It'll still be registration, it'll still be how to access the training, etc. But if you have any questions, please feel free to put them in the Q&A box. Or if there's something that you think that you don't want to put in the Q&A box, maybe you want to email us, please feel free to email us. That email address is at the bottom there. It's BEEI, which is something that I know you're all familiar with, at Ecubed-DBE.org. So that's our email address there. If you have any questions, or if you get stuck, not even today, but any time during the phase 5, if you have any questions, or if you need some clarification, or if you want to chat to anyone, please just send us an email. We are very happy to help. We do answer all emails that are sent to us, so you will be guaranteed of a response. Please feel free to send us a note if you need to. So just a little bit more about these sessions. As I'd mentioned, you don't have to attend every webinar, but you can attend as many times as you want to so that you can get the help that you need and have your questions answered. So these webinars, again, it's not the training. This webinar will tell you how to access the training. There is no certificate for this webinar. There is no register for this webinar. This webinar is just there to support you. You can attend as many times as you would like to, but they are not mandatory. So if you're feeling confident that you know how to register and you know how to do your training, you don't need to attend the webinar. If you have any questions or if you maybe need a bit of a refresher, you are welcome to attend as many webinars as you would like to. We love chatting to you. We love having you here. So if you have a bit of time at 11 o'clock on a Wednesday, you know where you can find us. We'd love to speak to you again. But this is not a mandatory session. You do not have to attend this session. You will have noticed that your camera and your microphone are off. So you can't turn on your camera, you can't turn on your mic. But if you want to ask a question, please just type it into the Q&A box. So at the bottom of your screen, if you go down a little bit, you'll see that there's something that says Q&A, capital Q and A. That's question and answer. So if you have any questions, type them there. We are going to respond to you, and we will generally respond to every question that has been raised. So don't worry about any question that you have about Phase 5, about being an assistant. Feel free to ask us. If we can't answer you here, we will get a response and come back to you. But this is a time where you can ask all the questions that you have about BEEI, about Phase 5, about the training, and we will respond to you and give you the answers that you need. So, how do we start? To start your training, you're going to need to save this number that's on the screen. So there's a telephone number there. You can see it's 060 060 3333. So in your phones, if you type that number in, save it as a contact, and then call the contact. The name of it is Teacher Connect. So one word, Teacher Connect, just like we've got there on the screen. If you save that number, 060 060 3333, that is the DBE's WhatsApp bot. You can see here in the picture, there's the DBE's logo. Here's the Teacher Connect name. And then you're going to send the word hi. So hi, just like I did at the beginning of the call, I said hi to you. You saw that big hi on the screen. And just like you can see here in the video, I've sent the word hi. That is how you start your registration. Now, if you would like to, you've got a QR code reader on your phone. You can take a snapshot of this QR code, and it will take you directly to the WhatsApp bot. And then again, if you have any questions in that yellow circle that's on the screen, there is our email address. So that's BEEI@Ecubed-DBE.org. So just a reminder again about that number, 060 060 3333. And then if you want to, you can just snap the QR code. And if you need any questions answered, please feel free to send us an email. That's BEEI@Ecubed-DBE.org. So we're going to talk a little bit about registration. Now that you have saved the telephone number as Teacher Connect, you've opened up WhatsApp, You've sent the word hi. The first thing you're going to do is register. So you can see here on the screen, there are a few things that you need to do to register. What I'm going to do is I'm going to play the video and we're going to go just step by step on how to register on Teacher Connect. There is some information that you need to have before you do the registration so that you can get the right training. So we'll go through it together now. And maybe if you have a phone, maybe if you have your phone available, you can do it with us. So you can go step by step with us if you can do that. Otherwise, please just write it down. And then when you are able to, you can do the registration in your own time. This WhatsApp bot you can do any time of the day and night. So if you are not able to, if you're a bit of a night owl and it's 2 a.m. and you think you need to do your training, you can do the training then. You can do the training right now. It's up to you as to when you want to do it, as long as you finish the training by the end of August. So let's play the video and we can have a little bit of a look now at how to do the registration. Okay, so now we're going to have a look. You see there, typing in the word hi. So that's the first thing we need to do. And then you can see there's a message that says, welcome to Teacher Connect. You read that message, then you're going to click next. Now it's going to ask you for the privacy policy. So in South Africa, I'm just going to pause there a little bit. In South Africa, there's something called the POPIA Act. So that is the privacy, it's an act that, it's an act that makes sure that any of your data that gets collected is secured safely. So it's stored safely, it's handled in a secure way. It's an act in South Africa, so it's a law that governs how the DBE needs to manage your data. And this privacy policy, you can click on it just like I've done in the video here, and then you can see how to access it. So you can read through it if you would like to. I'll just show you that again. You can see there I've clicked on the privacy policy because we want to read it. So now I've just read through it. And I thought there's nothing wrong there. So now I'm going to say, yes, I accept. Now I'm going to choose the role. So please, you need to choose BEEI assistant. That is very important. So that's the one you are. You choose BEEI assistant. Now you're going to put in your first names. So this person is typing in their first name is Jane. Now they've got two first names. So they're going to say Jane B. So that's their first names. Now they're going to type in their last name. So this person's last name is Smith. This is very important. You first type in your first names and then you type in your surname. Now you can see here what's happening on the screen is a message that says, would you like to keep you in the loop with helpful updates, resources, and opportunities? This means that Teacher Connect can message you if there's something like a bursary opportunity, or if there's a webinar, or if there's new training. If you want us to be able to do that, please, you must say yes. So just in the same, if you want to do the training, you have to accept the privacy policy. In the same way, if you want us to message you, you have to say, yes, you can message me. Now, hopefully I'm going to be able to play this again. Let's just move on a little bit here. Okay, so you see Jane has put in her first name, she's put in her surname. And now she's able to say, yes, you can message me. You'll see there, Jane will say yes just now. Now you want to choose the type of BEI assistant you are. So are you a curriculum assistant or something like that? So I've chosen curriculum assistant. Now you want to put the EMIS number in. Every school has an EMIS number. Please, it's very important that you get the EMIS number right. You must put in the EMIS number. Then we're going to ask you for your email. Your email is there to verify you against the list. So please put your email in. I know many assistants do not want to do that, but put your email in. And now this is very important. Please put your ID number in. If you don't put your ID number in, we cannot verify that you have done the training. So you must put your ID number in. Once you have done that, that is how easy it is to register. So I'll just go through that with you again so that you can see it's very simple to register. You can see it takes a few seconds, but we'll run through that together. So the first thing you need to do is type in the word hi. And then what you do is you would go next. Now there's the privacy policy. If you say no, you won't be able to do the training. So please, you must say yes. So you say yes, you accept. Then you want to tap the bottom there. You want to choose that you're a BEI assistant. Then it's going to ask you for some more information. So you first put in your first names. If you've got one first name or two first names, you must put them both in. So just like Jane has done here, Jane has two first names. So Jane's saying Jane B. And then you're going to put in your last name. So you first put in your first name and then you put in your last name. So make sure you do that separately. Then Jane's going to say, yes, you can contact me because Jane wants to know if there are any bursary opportunities or webinars that she would be interested in. Now you're going to choose your BEI assistant. So what type of assistant are you? Are you a sports and enrichment or handy person? So Jane is a curriculum assistant. Going to go through now. You're going to put in your EMIS number. So every school has a special number called an EMIS number. This gives the name of the school, the province, and the district. So please get the EMIS number and put that in. Then you're going to put in your email address, just like Jane is doing here. Now your ID number. So please put your ID number in. Your ID number is used to verify you against the province's list. So if we don't have your ID number, we cannot confirm that you have done the training. And that is how easy it is to do the registration. Now, if in some instances you have been an assistant in a previous phase, or maybe you registered as a teacher or a principal or a learner, but now you realize that you are a BEI assistant, you're going to need to do something called resetting your profile. Now, I had an email earlier today from an assistant who'd done some training and then reset their profile. Now they've lost their certificate. So please, if you've done any training and you have certificates, save them first before you do the profile reset. But the way that you do the profile reset is you type in this word, Teacher Connect Clear. So it's a long word, I know that, and there's lots of opportunities to spell it wrong. So just check your spelling. It's Teacher Connect Clear. Make sure that it's one word, that there are no spaces, and that the spelling is right. Then you need to wait. You wait for a response. Once you get a response that says your profile has been reset, then you can type in hi and you go through the registration process that we've just looked at. Sometimes you have sent a message and then you type in Teacher Connect Clear and nothing happens. What I suggest you do is you wait half an hour. So you wait a full 30 minutes. It can't be less than 30 minutes. It can be more than 30 minutes, but it can't be less than 30 minutes. Then type in Teacher Connect Clear again and see if it works. And obviously, if you get stuck and none of that works, please email us. But I'm going to play you a little video now that shows you how to do that. So Teacher Connect Clear. So you can see I'm taking time there whilst I'm typing this out to make sure that I spell it correctly. Then I wait. I get a message that says my profile has been reset. And now I can type in the word hi again. So this is if you have been an assistant in a previous phase, or maybe you registered with the wrong type. So maybe you put in principal, or maybe you put in teacher as opposed to BEEI assistant. Then you need to reset your profile. So sometimes, however, you don't necessarily need to reset your profile. Maybe you chose that you are a curriculum assistant, and actually what you are is an ECADA. You then need to change your role. So you need to change the type of assistant that you are. So maybe you did the registration and you said, yes, I'm a BEI assistant, but then you chose the wrong kind of BEI assistant. This is called changing your role. So you can see here what I went to. I'm just going to scroll back a little bit and you can have a look again how I accessed it. Let's try and play. So you go into the menu. See at the bottom it says tap here. So I tapped there. Then you go all the way down at the bottom there. I'm going to show you. That was very quick. Let's try again. So you go tap here. And there it says change my role. See on the menu right here at the bottom. It says change my role. That's what you want to choose. So you change your role. Click send. And now you're going to choose your role again. So I first chose curriculum assistant. Now I'm going to choose handy person because that's what I am. And now I'm going to be able to do my training. Okay. So again, how do you access the training? There is the number on the screen. It's 060 060 3333. Or you can snap that QR code. That'll take you straight through to the training. And if you get stuck, you need some help, there's our email address in the yellow circle. So it's BEEI@Ecubed-DBE.org. So that's the information that you need to start the training. Okay. A reminder again, if you want to ask any questions, please put them in the Q&A box. We really want to hear from you. We're here to support you, and we would love to hear about the different kinds of questions that you have. So about the training. Now, once you have registered and you've shared your details and your assistant types, you will get the type, all the training that you need to do for your assistant type. You only need to complete the list that is there given to you. So when you have questions of how much training must I do, where do I go, where do I go, just register in the right way. And you can see we spent a lot of time today just looking at how to register. It's because if you register properly, if you put your name in and your assistant type, and you put your email address and you put your ID number, very important, and you put your EMIS number in, if you do all of that, the rest of it, the bot will tell you what you need to do. So you go into training and it'll say you are an ECADA, this is the training you need to do. It'll say you are sports and enrichment, this is the training that you need to do. So you just have to type in hi and it'll tell you what training you need to do. Some of the training is on the bot. So some of the training will be in the bot. Some of the training will be links that you need to click on to go to another place to do the training. But all of those links are in this WhatsApp bot. So you don't have to worry about emailing us. You just have to type in hi, you register, and the information will be there for you. So the training that is available as of today is orientation, care and support, curriculum, handy persons, reading champions, sport and enrichment, ECADA. The training that should be released shortly is workshop assistant and laboratory assistant. So when the new training is ready, we will send you a message to say that the training is ready, or you can come back and say hi. You can tap the list and then you can access it there. Everybody has to do the orientation training. So the orientation training is for everybody in the phase. Even if you have done it previously, so maybe you were an assistant before, you still have to do all the training again. So everybody must do the phase 5 training. So if you're wanting to know what kind of training is available for care and support, so these are all the different types of training that you need to do as care and support. You need to do the orientation training, care and support training. There's digital literacy, which is KITSO, and then there's NSSF. So those are the 4 trainings that you need to do as care and support. If you are a curriculum assistant, and you'll see the curriculum assistant has the most training, you also need to do orientation. You need to do all 3 curriculum trainings, so foundation phase, intermediate senior phase, and FET phase. Even if you are just an FET, you must do foundation and intermediate. So curriculum, you need to do all 3 curriculum training. You also need to do the introduction to project-based learning. You also need to do digital literacy, that's KITSO, and then NSSF. So curriculum, you have 7 training sessions that you need to do. Reading champions, you need to do orientation. So remember, everybody has to do orientation. You need to do reading champions training. You would do KITSO, and then you would do NSSF. So reading champions, you have 4 training that you need to do. Handy persons, you also need to do orientation training because everybody in phase 5 needs to do the orientation training. Even if you've done it previously, you need to do it again. You would do handy persons training, digital literacy, and then NSSF. So KITSO and NSSF. All of these links will be under training depending on how you register. So just make sure that you choose your type correctly. Laboratory assistants, you will need to do orientation training. Your specific training for a lab assistant is coming soon. You can't do that yet. It should be ready soon. We're just waiting for it to be approved. And when it's ready, we will send you a message. You also then need to do KITSO, and you also have to do NSSF. Sports and enrichment. You need to do the orientation training. So just like everybody in phase 5, we need to do the orientation training. You then need to do sports and enrichment, digital literacy, so KITSO, and then NSSF. And then workshop assistance. So you need to do orientation training. Your workshop assistant specific training is coming soon. So please keep an eye on that. We will message you once it's ready. It's also sitting for approval. You need to do digital literacy, that's KITSO, and you need to do NSSF. So now I'm going to play you a little video and you can have a look at what that training looks like. So let's just have a look there. You can see once you've registered, it says hi. Now I'm going to click training on the list there. I'm going to go send. Then it says, are you ready to get started? Yes, I am ready to start. I want to click ready to start. According to our records, you are a curriculum assistant. So as I went through the list, you can see there all the curriculum assistant training is listed. There's tap here. So now I'm going to click on one of those. I'm going to start. So I'm going to start with orientation training because everybody needs to do the orientation training. We're going to go through this module together so you can just have a look at what the orientation module looks like. There are 5 lessons in the orientation module. So it tells you before you start, are you ready? I say yes. It'll give you a background as to what is the BEI? Why is the BEI important? Let me just pause there. So if you're wanting to know, like, why is it important for you to be part of this program? And I think that the first thing, if I go back to the screen, it says congratulations on being accepted. And I think really, let me just take a moment to say congratulations to each and every one of you for being an assistant. You are incredible young people, and we are really proud to have you part of the Phase 5 program. So I hope you take a moment to feel proud of yourselves for the incredible steps that you've taken to get here today. And this orientation training that you will go through is there to help you understand how to support your school, to help you understand about the skills that you have and what you can take into the future. And then you'll get a certificate once you've completed the training. So when you are ready, once you've read that and you want to begin, you can say yes. So then I say yes there. Okay, now this is saying to me, what is the BEI program? It's a program that creates job opportunities for youth. It matters because it's great work experience on your CV. So each and every one of you have a specific skill that enabled you to be part of the program. So when you're thinking about yourself, you already must think about all the skills and all the abilities that you have. And this Phase 5 is now here to give you work experience in addition to the amazing skills and abilities that you already have. You can build additional skills during the phase, and you can add those to your CV as you look at work after November. And it is an opportunity for you to make a real impact in classrooms in South Africa. So if you're thinking about why am I part of this BEI, this is why. Just something to think about as you go into the training. It's helpful, just as I said to you at the beginning of this call, if you've got a notebook or a pen or paper, to write down any of the things that we're talking about. When you go through this training, do the same thing. Have a notebook or pen and paper or something where you can record your thoughts, you can record your questions, you can record the things that you want to remember. So if you don't feel like writing it, maybe you can give yourself a voice note, you can make a mind map, you can draw a picture, tell a friend, whatever is a good way for you to think about what you are going through and what you're reading. Make note of that. Your thoughts and your questions are important. So just write them down or make a note of them somewhere as you're going through the training. Now I'm going to select Start Lesson 1. So as I said, there are 5 lessons in the orientation training. And at the end of every lesson, we're just going to go through lesson 1 together. We won't go through all 5 lessons. You can do that in your own time, but we're going to go through lesson 1 together. So in the orientation training, you will understand a little bit more about your job profile. So what are the requirements of your assistant type? It'll go through your roles and responsibilities. So what are the expectations of you? What are people expecting you to do as an assistant in Phase 5? And then it'll give you what are the skills and qualities that you already had to get to be an assistant. Now, all of these things are helpful. So if you're thinking about writing a CV and you think to yourself, well, what are my skills? What can I give? What can I offer to this job? This will show you exactly the skills that you and the responsibilities and the opportunities and the experiences that you have that you can write in a CV to help you in your next job application. So that is what you will learn in the orientation training. So once you've read through this, and read through it slowly, take as much time as you need. You can see here, I'm looking at things, I'm pausing, I'm talking to you. Take the time that you need to go through it. Don't just click next, 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 next. It's not going to be helpful for you. And the important thing is Use phase 5 to help you learn what you need to enable you to take the next step. So think about how can you take the best opportunity for this work experience and what can you do with it? What networks can you make? What connections can you make with people? Who can you speak to? How do you learn about understanding things that you were curious about? Try and take an opportunity in the next 3 months to use phase 5 to help you in your next step in what you're wanting to do. So if we go back to the training, there are 2 main categories of assistants in BEI. There are education assistants, and the education assistants are reading champions, ECADers, curriculum assistants, care and support, laboratory, and workshop assistants. The general assistants are sports and enrichment and handy persons. And I love what it says here in the training. It says each role plays a key part in supporting schools. So each and every one of you has an important role. There's no role that is more important than any other. Each one of you are very important in supporting our schools. Once you've read through this, it's going to ask you to click next so that you can see what are the responsibilities of each of those assistant types. So as an example, a reading champion, your responsibilities are to support teachers with reading activities. You're there under their guidance to help set up reading corners and reading clubs. You're there to help under their guidance organize storytelling and reading festivals. So that's what reading champions are there for. ECADers are there to support teachers and learners with ICT skills, upload educational content, manage devices, give help on coding, robotics, and online learning. Now I'm going to click next now once I've read through this. The curriculum assistants, so you're there to help assist with the lesson preparation, offer emotional support and guidance, help run extra classes. Care and support, you're there to help support learners facing social challenges, help with after school activities, assist with life orientation teachers and learner support. Lab assistants, you're there to help prepare science materials, support the teachers during experiments, ensure lab safety and help with cleanup afterwards. Workshop assistants, you're there to set up tools and equipment, assist learners with projects, and help maintain machines. Then sports and enrichment, you're there to set up sports equipment and help learners stay active, support after school programs and arts activities. Handy persons, you're there to help repair and maintain school infrastructure, support cleaning of the schools, and maintain the gardens. Now, each and every one of you in this one have these skills and qualities. Not everybody, it's not natural for everybody. So it's not natural for everybody to be good at communication or flexible or reliable, or problem solving. Every one of us, it takes time. It takes time for us to build these skills. But if you're thinking about what can you say to a future employer about the skills that you have, after this program, you can say, I'm a good communicator. I learned how to communicate, and use this time to practice those communication skills. Think to yourself, can I be flexible? I mean, we know change happens every day. When things change, how do I respond to that? Can I adapt? Can I move around things as they're changing? Am I reliable? Can I be on time every day? If somebody asks me to do something, do I say, yes, sure, no problem? Do I do it? Can somebody depend on me to do what I say I will do? Are you good at problem solving? So if there's something that comes up in the classroom or in the school, can you speak to your teacher, mentor, or your principal and say, I've got an idea? Are you thinking about how to work around the problem? And then teamwork. Are you able to get along with your assistants? Are you able to get along with your teachers? Are you able to get along with the learners and principal? These are all very important things. We'll talk about the ECADers now. So if I just go on around the rest of the orientation, you can have a look there. So once you've read through this, you can consider what are the skills that you need to focus on, what are the skills that you feel that you can practice. And then here in this one, it'll tell you about the specific qualifications that you already have. Remember at the beginning I said to you, you already have so many of these things. This is why you are in the position that you are. So if you're wondering, how did I get here? This is why. You already have these skills. So once I've read through that, I've understood, I'm going to go next. At the end of every lesson, there is a quiz. So read through the content. You'll see it's multiple choice. I've chosen A, and the answer is A. Now I'm ready for lesson 2. Between each lesson, there is a 1-minute break. So in that minute, don't type anything. Don't go anywhere. You just wait for 1 minute. Write down in your notebook anything that you're thinking about. Think about the training that you've just gone through. Think about if there are any questions. When the minute is over, we will send you a message. So you don't have to worry about is a minute over yet or not. We will send you a message. You'll see here on the screen, it'll come. Yep, there you go. Now you're ready to do lesson 2. So this will give you all the information you need. So in terms of the training for ECADers need to do orientation. There's code club training, entrepreneurship challenge. There's KITSO, the SEDI, the WASI, and NSSF. So this is the training for ECADers. So you also have a fair amount to do. You have 7 training sessions that you need to do as an ECADer. All right, and just a reminder that all training needs to be completed by the end of August. And when there are new courses, we will send you a message. We will let you know that you can go and answer them. I see that there are no questions for me to respond to right now. We've got about 10 minutes left. But if you have any questions, so Pizzo, you've got a question about why do we have to do 2 financial courses because we're not doing anything with school finances? That is a very good question, Pizzo. It's not just school finances, but it's your personal finances. So this is there to help you in your personal finances. It's not there to help the school in their finances. I hope that that's helpful. So Felicia, you've got a question. I see Jen is answering it now, but you've said you did all the training for phase 5 by the end of July. Must you redo it again for August? No. If you have done the training in phase 5, you don't have to do it again. So you only do the phase 5 training once. I hope that that's helpful. Okay, I'm going to go through now around the certificate. So once you have finished your training, your certificate is automatically issued to you. So you can also see here, I'm just going to pause this video for a little bit because it is quite quick. If you type in hi, you'll get this message once you've registered. And you see there at the bottom, it says tap here. This is your menu for the bot. So you type in hi, it'll say hi back to you. You go tap here. And if you tap there, this is everything that you can access. So you can access your training, work readiness information. Remember those FAQs I told you about? So they're all there. Surveys. I did tell you about the surveys as well. If you want to access those surveys, click here. Webinars. So when there are webinars that are coming up, you go here, click there, you'll get all the access information for the webinars. Share your story. I said to you, this is where you can send a voice note or a video or a picture, or you can type something in and tell us about what your day-to-day is like. It's all there in the menu. Then change my role. So we've been through that in the call before, and then my certificates. So if you forget your certificate, you don't know where to find it, you go to the menu, you click my certificate, and that is where you can find your certificates. So I'm going to show you what that looks like. So I've typed in my certificates, comes up there. Says, is this your first name? Is this your surname? Yes. Or if you typed your name in wrong, that's where you can do it as well. And then here your certificates are. So let me just scroll through that again so you can have a quick look. So I'm going to type in the word hi. Then I'm going to go to the menu. I'm going to choose my certificates. See your hand, Luzin. Please feel free to put your question in the Q&A. So this one says, is this your name? Yes or no? If it isn't your right name, you can edit it, but you can only edit it once. So please be careful when you choose that. And then we will give you your certificates right there. Looking for your certificates. There you go. Congratulations, Janet. You've done orientation. You've done reading champions. Now, if you want to do the other training certificates, then you can link through there. But that is where you would find your certificates. If you want to change your certificate, so you see I said there, maybe you want to change your certificate. So we're going to do the same thing. We're going to go to my certificate. Maybe you put your name in the wrong way. So is this your name? No, I need to edit it. Now you want to type your name in again, but just be very careful when you type it in. Make sure you spell it right. Then you type in your last name. You can only do this one time. You can only do this one time. If you can't do it again the second time, so you must just be careful when you do it. And then you can see there's the new certificate with the updated name. So that is how you change your certificate if you need to do that. So a reminder again, and Luzin, please, I hope that you have written your question in the Q&A. You won't be able to ask a question here. The camera and the mic is off, but we do want to hear from you. So please type it into the Q&A box. Just send the word hi to Teacher Connect. That's 060 060 3333. There's our QR code as well. So if you have a QR code reader, you can snap the QR code now, do your registration and your training. And if you get stuck or if you have any other questions that we haven't answered, there's our email address. That's BEEI@Ecubed. So whilst this is on the screen, I'm just going to look at these questions. So Shando Ann, you've said the training we ought to finish by the end of August. Is this the final training for us as assistants? There might be additional training. So Shando Ann, there might be other training, but for now, this is the training that needs to be done by the end of August. Then Khono Primary says, good afternoon, I hope you're well. We as the EAs of Khono Primary School in Northern Cape haven't been paid. Khono, please can I ask you, will you send me an email on this email address, beei@ecubed-dbe.org? Please send it to us. We will escalate that with the provinces. I do know that there are 2 other payment runs being done, but please, if you send me your details, I will ask them specifically about your case. And thank you so much for your patience. Thank you. Luzin, thank you for putting your question into the box. There's what can one do if I cannot get through the BEI training and the only options you see are registered assistants? Okay, Luzin, that is a great question. It looks like what you have done is that you've registered in the wrong way. So what you need to do is you have to reset your profile. So you can see here on the screen, this is what you need to do. You need to type in this word, Teacher Connect Clear. So just like this, Teacher Connect Clear. One word, make sure that there are no spaces. So I'm going to repeat that again because I'm sure maybe you need to write it down. Teacher Connect Clear. Make sure it's one word, check your spelling. And I'm going to play you a little video now. You can see what it looks like. So you can see there's some messages before. I'm going to type in Teacher Connect Clear. I'm going to wait. Now it says your profile has been reset. So you wait until your profile has been reset. Then you can type in the word hi and you register again. But then Luzin, just to repeat the information on the registration. it's very important when you do the registration. I'm going to try and skip to it here where you can choose a type. So you're going to accept the privacy policy. See there, it says BEEI assistant. If anybody registered and they didn't choose BEI assistant, you won't get the training. You must choose BEI assistant. So once you've typed in Teacher Connect Clear, once your profile has been reset, then you can register again. But please make sure that when you register again, you choose BEEI assistant. And then fill in all your details. Put in your EMIS number, put in your ID number, please put in your email address, and then we can match you against the database. So I hope that that was helpful. We do have time for maybe one more question, and I will just scroll to the bottom as we go through. Susan, I see your hand up. If you have another question, please type it in. We do have time to answer one more question. But again, this is our email address there, BEI@ecubed-dbe.org. If you have any questions, feel free just to drop us an email. We are very happy to chat to you. We want to know what you have to say. We want to know how we can help you. Otherwise, go and explore the bot. Go and have a look around at what content is there, what you can look at. Oratila, you've said, is it possible to do all the trainings? I guess yes, it's absolutely possible. You would just need to change your assistant type. So you would change the type of assistant. We did go through that. I'm going to quickly go through it again so you can have a quick look. And then you would just choose different roles. So see, you would just need to change the role. And then once you have changed the role, you can access the other training. So you would change your role, you could do that training, then you change your role again, you do that training. But Oratila, very important, save the certificate. So save the certificates each time. Okay, so you can see here, you go into that menu. That menu is very helpful. Look how many things there are in this menu. See here, training, work readiness, FAQs, surveys, webinars, share your story, change your role. So this is where you can go and change your role and you can access all the different kinds of training. And my friends, thank you for your time. We are finished with the webinar today. Thank you for all your questions. I know I started the webinar by saying hi. So I'm just going to go all the way through to the end. Look how much we've gotten through together. So I'm just going to say thank you. Thank you to everybody. I hope you have a beautiful day. We are here if you need us, so please feel free to reach out. Otherwise, we wish you the best in your Phase 5 journey. Have a lovely day, everyone.